analysis. Yes, so that is very, very important. Make sure that you need to check the boundary value analysis, minimum value minus 1 and maximum value plus 1. So, so whenever any requirement will come in the requirement, see in the requirement documents is very clearly mentioned that the username minimum 6 to 15 characters. Okay, I will show you requirement document how it will be there. So these are all we will see in the when the project will come. Okay. I think I opened it. Yeah. See the branch name. The branch name is what? What is the branch name? Here 4 to 15. The condition is given. So what you need to check here? BVA. BVA means what? Boundary value analysis. 4 minus 1, 3 is valid or invalid? Three characters. You are entering the three characters. Is this valid or invalid? It is
Invalid.
valid. Yes, so it should not allow. And 16 plus 15 plus 1, 16. 16 is valid or invalid? So 16 is what? Invalid. So it should not allow. So in the real time, they will provide you completely, they will provide you requirement documents. See, I'm not seeing any code. Then how I'm verifying the application? Based on requirements, based on functionality. What is functionality? Make sure the branch name should accept 4 to 15 alpha numerical value. That is what functionality. This is what requirement. Based on the requirements and based on the functionality, I'm testing the application. So this is very, very important. So black box testing. So what is the black box testing? The black box testing is nothing but to check the application whether it is working. So black box testing means what? The testing is always based on requirements and functionality. So we never depend on any code. We always depend on the requirements and we always depend on the functionality. So make sure that the requirement should need to understand, and also you need to understand the functionality. So the requirement they will provide you boundary value analysis, like you need to check 4 to 15 characters. Okay, like 500 to like 5000. So minimum value minus 1 and maximum value plus 1. Okay, so make sure that minimum value minus 1 means 499 it should not allow. Suppose if it is allowing means that is a bug. Similar way 5000 plus 1. Okay, it should not allow. So BVA is nothing but what? Boundary value analysis. Is it clear, guys? Anybody have any questions? Is it clear? Anybody
Yes,
have
sir,
any
it's
questions?
clear.
Yeah,
Sir,
good. Yeah, go ahead.
sir, a minimum value is 400, 500. When we will
Huh.
take 499, it is not belongs to 400, 500 to 5000, na? Then why we will
Yeah,
take 1 to the 5000?
yeah, that is what yesterday we discussed, right? Positive testing and negative testing. What is positive testing and what is negative testing? So we will test only positive testing. Means you are telling what only we need to take 500. Requirement is what 500 to 5000. Yes, that we will take. That is what positive testing. But we need to do some negative testing also, right? Why we are doing the negative testing? Suppose end user don't know suddenly enter the 4999, yeah, okay, by not seeing the requirement, but it is also taking means that is a bug, right? So it should not allow the 499 4999. Is it clear? So we do the analysis kind of like boundary value analysis, minimum value and maximum value. It should not take
Okay.
500 below values. Okay, good. Clear, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Clear.
okay, okay,
Hello,
good,
sir.
good. Yeah, yeah, please.
One question. This
Yeah, please go ahead.
boundary value analysis has been performed only on numeric data or which type of data we can perform
See,
boundary value analysis.
for any field, like in an application, there are a lot of fields will be there, right? First name, last name, like a credit card number, or there is any field will be there. In that field, see, there is a note will be there. Okay, text note. That note should not exceed 250 characters. So in that case, also we can use the BVA. For any application, there we have a lot of fields, right? Like first name,
Yes,
last name, like a business number or transaction ID. The transaction ID should not, so there are certain number will be there. That number should not be increased or decreased. You need to make sure that within the range only we need to add. So that's the reason 100% in entry question they will ask you BVA. Okay, is it clear?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear.
Good, good, good. Okay, good. Shall we move? So next topic, we, uh, 1 second. Hello, can you hear me right? Yeah. So that is very, very important, guys. Yeah, in the fields, I will tell you in the application, we'll see. Like we don't know, right, how many characters we need to enter in the login, user ID and password. So they will give you the requirement specification document. Okay, FRS. So what we are seeing now, FRS document. Okay, FRS document is very, very important. Okay, just now we saw, right. This is what FRS document. See, branch name 4 to 15, location 3 to 15, state 2 to 15, phone number. See, length is very clearly mentioned. Everyone knows that phone number is what 10-digit number, but end user will enter only 9-digit or 3-digit number. Okay, it should not allow. So here what we can do, here we can do what boundary value analysis. Okay, 10 minus 1 and 10 plus 1. So 10 minus 1 is 9, 9 should not allow, and 10 plus 1, 11 should not allow. So the boundary value analysis is very, very important. So that's the reason interview definitely they will ask you boundary value analysis. What is BVA? What is called BVA? BVA is nothing but boundary value analysis. Is it clear? Anybody have any questions? Clear, guys? Shall we move?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And one of the most important questions today, very, very important, guys. What are the, see, if you understand what is the difference between black box testing and white box testing. See, white box testing. Who will do the white box testing? Who will do the white box
Develop,
testing, guys?
developer
Yeah,
do
so
the
Developer.
yes, yes, developer. See, always he knows his logic, he knows his output. Input also, he knows output also because he is writing the logic and all the things. But if you see that black box testing, the black box testing, this guy, he knows only input, but we don't know what is going on the back end. We don't know what exactly it is going on the back end, but we got the output. But how we can say this output is correct or not? How can you say this output is correct or not?
with the testing
Requirement of a client
Yes,
requirement and functionality.
yes,
functionalities, requirements
yes,
and
that.
functionalities.
Yes, excellent. Based on the requirements and functionality. So here we are not depending on the code. We are always depend on what? Requirements and functionality. So requirements and functionality. So here the developer is always depend on the code, but the tester is always depends on requirement and functionality. So many people they will ask you, so do we know the programming knowledge? No. So you see, if the programming knowledge is not required, if you want to go for a black box testing side, we not required any programming knowledge. Okay, white box testing. So suppose you want to go for a development side, you required what? Programming knowledge. So this is very, very, very important. Guys, my voice is clear here. It's going some function. So I think my voice is clear, right? Are you getting any
Yes,
different?
Yeah. No, 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 sir.
Is it
It's
clear?
clear.
yes, sir,
Okay, that's
clear.
fine. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so see, this is very, very important, guys. So black box testing means what? Not required any programming knowledge. Implementation knowledge is also not required. And also we always based on the test cases, how you write the test cases based on the requirement specifications. So requirement specifications are very, very, very important for us. For the black box testers, requirement specifications are very, very important. Okay. So when you are talking about white box testing, programming knowledge, yes, required. If you want to go for a development side, the programming knowledge is required. Implementation knowledge, it is also is required. And based on the detailed design, the developer will start writing the coding. So this is what is the types of testing? There are two types of testing. What are there? One is structural testing. Another is what? Functional testing. Okay, is it clear? So who will do the white box testing means you can simply say that white box testing is done by the developers.
Developer.
Yes,
The
and black box testing is done by the testers. Yes, what is BVA?
boundary value
Boundary value.
analysis.
Value analysis.
Yes, boundary value analysis. Okay, minimum value and maximum value you need to take. Okay,
Mhm.
and one of the important interview question, guys, what is SDLC? What is SDLC? Software Development
Software
Life
development
Cycle.
life cycle.
Yes, 100% entry question, guys. Without this question, there is no interview. Okay, because this is very, 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 very important. What is SDLC? SDLC is nothing but what? Software Development Life Cycle. It is a process followed for the software projects. Okay, so every organization, what they will follow? They will follow what? SDLC process. What is SDLC? Software Development Life Cycle.
Life
Okay, within the,
cycle.
yeah, within the software organization, every organization what they follow, SDLC process they follow. Okay, what is exactly? Let's see what is exactly this SDLC. Okay, it consists of detailed plan describing how to develop. Suppose we got the project. In that case, what we need to do, how to develop that project, how to maintain that project, how to replace the project. Okay, how to alter, means any changes will come, what we need to do, and any enhancements means what? New changes. Okay, so we will follow all these things in where? In SDLC process. So what is SDLC? SDLC is nothing but software development life cycle. Okay, this life cycle defines the methodology for improving the quality of the software. If you follow this SDLC, definitely you will get what? A quality of the software. You will get the quality of the project you will get. Suppose if you not follow the SDLC process, you will not get the quality of the software. So that's the reason every organization, what we can say that every organization they follow what? SDLC process. SDLC process is very, 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 very important. So that's the reason in interview definitely they will ask you, can you define what is SDLC process? SDLC is nothing but software development life cycle. Why we need to use this one? Because we want a quality of software. If you follow the process, definitely you will get what? Quality of the product. It consists of detailed planning describing how to develop. Now I got a project, so how to develop that project, how to maintain the project, how to replace that project, how to alternate or enhancement means new changes. Okay, furtherly, what are the enhancements? Means enhancements is nothing but a new changes. Okay, So this life cycle defines the methodology for improving the quality of the software. Quality of the software. So that's the reason we are using what, SDLC process, software development life cycle. Okay. What are the phases? Interview question. What are the? Can you define what are the SDLC phases means? When the project will come immediately, we cannot do testing. Don't We are not test immediately. Okay. First first phase is what, requirement capturing. Once the project will come, what we need to do? First, we need to identify the requirements. Don't worry, you are not do the identify the requirements. Your business analyst and your product owner will do all the things. Okay. So first, what we need to do, we got the requirements. Based on the requirements, what we need to do, we need to go for analysis. Okay. What is analysis? Analysis means what? Whether we can do or not. So that is also we need to check, right? A client is giving only money means we need to check whether we can do or not. That is also is very very important. We cannot accept for everything. We will do. We need to check whether we can do or not. You don't know Python, then you cannot accept, right? I will write a code. Until unless you know the Python, then only you can say that yes, I can do that one. Okay. Analysis means what? Whether we can do or not, whether the possibility is there or not. So risk analysis, risk mitigation, risk strategy, each and everything will comes on analysis part. Okay. So once the project will come, then they will go with the requirement first, and after that they will go for analysis. After that they will go for the design. Once the design phase is done, then developer is involved. When the developer is involved, after design, not initially. Okay. So you need to tell them when you, and what, in what phase you are involved in SDLC means, what you need to say, in testing phase we are involved. After development is done, then testing is involved. So don't say that in SDLC phase I involved in initial state. You are not involved in the initial state. You are involved in where, requirements is done, analysis is done, design part is done, coding is done, then only you involved. Understanding, right? The testing will not come initial. The testing part will not come the first. So in interview they will ask you definitely in what phase you are involved in SDLC means you can say that I involved in the testing phase. So requirement capturing, analysis, designing, coding, testing. After the testing, what we need to do, once you verified and it is working as expected, then we will go for the implementation. Once the implementation is done, then we will go for a support and maintenance. So this is very very important, 100% entry question. What is SDLC and what are the SDLC phases? SDLC phases means what? Requirement, analysis, designing, coding, testing, implementation, and support and maintenance. You need to tell like that. Okay. You cannot break this one. You cannot break the things. Okay. You cannot say as you like, a requirement, design, testing. You cannot say like that. You need to tell in the order. Requirements. Without requirements we cannot go for analysis. Without analysis we cannot go for the design. Without design we cannot go for the coding. Without coding we cannot go for the testing. See, after coding only we can do the testing. Without coding, how you will do the testing? We cannot do, right? So in interview, in case they ask you, can you define what is SDLC means, you need to tell in the particular order. You cannot break this order. Okay. Requirement capturing, analysis, designing, and coding, and testing, and implementation, and support and maintenance. You need to tell like that. So it is a particular order. You cannot break that one. Without requirement we cannot go for analysis. Without analysis we cannot go for the design. Without design we cannot go for coding. Without coding we cannot do the testing. Okay. So SDLC process means you need to tell all the things. Is it clear? Anybody have any question? So whenever the project will come, we will go with this order: requirement, analysis, design, coding, and testing. Now here your part is involved. In the testing phase you are involved. Okay. In the testing you involved. Okay. Is it clear? So definitely guys, they will ask you, can you define what is SDLC? Okay. Is it clear? Anybody have any questions?
Sir, it means that this process not overlapping, na?
Not overlap. Sometimes overlap. No, it's not overlap. Without requirements, we cannot go for analysis, right? It won't possible, right? Without analysis, you cannot go for the design. Overlap means what you are saying, like after coding, you cannot go for a design, right? It's not possible. Okay, is it clear?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Go
Coding
ahead.
we don't do in the manual testing now. So who will do coding?
You only tell me who will do the coding. Developer will do that
Developer.
one.
Developer.
Yeah, yeah. Once this coding is done, then you will involve.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. While we are doing the project, we have to follow the rules now. After design,
Ah,
we have to do the coding now.
yes, yes. The coding means what developer is involved in that phase.
Okay.
You are
Okay,
not
sir.
involved.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is it clear, guys? It never be overlap, guys, because see, requirement, without requirement we cannot go for analysis, without analysis we cannot go for design, without design we cannot go for a coding. Who will write the coding? No, right? Coding will be done by the developer. Okay, we are not write anything. Who will design this one? Designer will do that all the things. Okay, who will do the analysis part? Analysis people will be there. Don't worry about all the things. Only you involved in what? In testing only. So testing is very, very important. Okay, you need to do what? Only testing. Once the development is done, then you are involved. Now your testing team is involved. Okay, clear? Anybody have any questions? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yeah, so once the testing is done, then we can go for the implementation. Implementation is nothing but a release. Once we done the release, then we will go for a support and maintenance. Support and maintenance means what? Once the product will launch in the market, still we get some issues, right? That all the issues will take care, and again we are go for the release. So whenever the requirements will come, based on the requirement, we will go for analysis. Once the analysis part is done, then we'll go for a design part. Once the design part is done, then we will go for a coding. Coding will be done by the developers. Once the development is done, then we will go for a testing. Once the testing is done, then we'll go for implementation. Once the implementation is nothing but it's a release. Once the release is done, then we'll go for a support and maintenance. Okay, so that's the reason. Definitely they will ask you what is SDLC process, okay? Or else you can tell like that: planning, defining, designing, building, and testing and deployment. The both are the same only, but terminologies, okay? You can use this terminologies. Planning is nothing but what? Requirement. Defining means what? Analysis. Designing means what? We can design the things, okay? Building means what? Coding. Once the coding is done, the testing is involved. Once the testing is done, the deployment is done. So SDLC process is very, very important. Okay. So what we learned today, what are the testing types? There are two types. One is structural testing, another is what? Black box testing and functional testing. The structural testing is nothing but a white box testing, and functional testing is nothing but a black box testing. Who will do the white box testing? Means the white box testing is done by the developers, because they know the internal logic of the code. Okay, who knows the internal logic of the code, they can do the white box testing. Okay, and who will do the black box testing? The black box testing is done by the testers. So how they will test? Based on the requirements and functionality. And what is SDLC? SDLC is nothing but a software development life cycle. What are the phases in SDLC? Requirement capturing, analysis, designing, coding, testing, implementation, and support and maintenance. So this is what the order. And what is BVA? BVA is nothing but a boundary value analysis. See how much you learn. So every day you can collect that information. What yesterday what I learned, what is testing, what purpose we are doing the testing, and what is positive testing and what is negative testing, and what is for what are the difference between manual testing and automation testing. Today what we learned, what are the types of testing, and what is SDLC. So these all are very, very, very important from the basics. BBA. BBA is nothing but what? A boundary value analysis. Okay, the tomorrow what we can do is tomorrow we'll see how we can see the documents, what kind of documents we have. We'll see the tomorrow. Okay, and we'll see what developer will do, what tester will do. We'll see the tomorrow sessions. Okay. Now, anybody have any questions, any queries, concerns? Anybody?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
sir.
Go
I
ahead.
have one. Sir, it is a question is regarding the batch.
Huh.
So how many days our batch will be there total?
So 20, it's a maximum 25 classes, okay, 25 to 30. If your project and Jira and all the things, right, it's max 20 to 25 to 30 classes. That's it. For every day, we have 8:30 to 9:30 the timings, and weekends we don't have the classes. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay, good. Okay, but we will discuss each and everything in the real time and what we are giving with the real examples. Okay, it's not be like notes and telling you the things. Okay, we'll do practically
Sir,
each and everything. We'll do the practically. Yeah,
sir, one question that
yeah.
will you be providing some PDF material for notes?
Yeah, we will provide the notes and we will provide the videos. Each and everything will be provided after the class is completed. Material they will share you, and they will share the videos also every day. Suppose in
O-
case you miss the today's session, so you need not worry about that session. Okay, you can see that the video, or still you are not understand. You can ask the next day. Okay, you can ask the next day.
Okay, sir.
Okay, every day we ask the questions. Okay, so that is also one kind of practice. So every day we have the question and answers, so we can recap the yesterday session also. So you are not worry about that also. If you missed one day session also, not a problem. Okay, you can revise the video and you can ask the next day the same question.
Okay, sir.
Excuse
Okay,
me,
good.
sir. Functional
Yeah, yeah, go.
testing is the white box testing.
No, 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 functional testing is comes on black box testing.
Log box. Non-functional
No.
testing is
Non-functionality testing means performance, security. These all will come from non-functionality. We will discuss that. Performance,
okay.
non-functionality means performance testing, security, GUI. All will come from non-functionality. We will do the both functional and non-functional. Okay, we'll discuss that. The coming
Okay.
session we have the topic we will discuss.
Okay.
Okay, good, good question. Anybody have any questions? Is it clear? Are you able to understand, right? Can anyone tell me what is SDLC process? What are the phases? Anyone?
SDLC software development life cycle. We have two phases of SDLC. First one is requirements analysis, the design. We have to do
After design, what you need to do? Coding,
coding,
test,
testing, and
implementation, and support and
implementation,
maintenance.
maintenance, or support.
Yes, good. Okay. Don't say first one and second one. In interview, it won't be good. You can tell that requirement, analysis, design, coding, testing, and support and maintenance. Okay, good. Okay, guys, we'll see you on tomorrow then. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Have a nice day. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Hello. Please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good morning, guys.
Good
Good
morning, sir.
morning.
Yeah. Good morning. I was not able to log in. What about you? You guys also face the same issue? Just
Yes,
now
sir.
only. Okay. Good.
Yeah, same, sir.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Good. So, what is testing types? Anyone? Testing types. Can anyone tell me what are the testing types?
Whiteboard testing and a black box testing.
Testing, functional testing,
Hmm.
unit. These all our names have white box testing.
Okay, good. Types of testing means you can say two things. What is that? Functional testing and structural testing.
Structure.
Yeah. Structural testing we can call it as what?
Whiteboard
White box
testing.
testing.
Absolutely good. Functional testing we can call it as?
Black
Black
box
box
testing.
testing.
Black box testing.
Yes, good. What is BVA?
Boundary
Boundary
value.
value analysis.
Yes, BVA is nothing but a boundary value analysis. Yes. So what is SDLC?
Software development life cycle.
What are the phases?
This is the requirement capturing, analyze, designing, coding, testing,
Implementation
implementation,
and
and maintenance.
maintenance.
Support and maintenance.
Are you saying something?
Yeah, yeah. So what is
Actually,
SDLC? Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
go
able
ahead.
to see actually.
Sorry, come again.
I'm not able to see any screen here. Like,
No,
are
no,
you
no,
sharing?
no. No, I'm not share anything. I'm just asking the questions what we done in the yesterday's class.
Okay.
Okay, so every day we will recollect the things what we done yesterday. Okay. All the guys, can you put mute? Okay. Yeah. Can you put mute? So these all are very very important, guys. What is BVA, boundary value analysis, and what is testing types? What are their functional testing, and what we can say that structural testing. The white box testing is done by the developers because why they need to do the testing, guys? Anybody? Why they need to do the testing? Developers?
Quality.
Quality is
Due to
okay, but
code
why the
proper
developers
working or
take the
not.
testing? Yeah, at least they need to
Coding
test at
proper
least.
working or not.
Yes, absolutely good. They need to test at least one time whether the code is properly working or not before sending to the QA team. What they need to do, they need to test at least one time whether my code is working properly or not. So that kind of testing we can call it as what? Unit level testing or a component testing or a white box testing or a clear box testing or a transparent box testing or a open box testing. See, there are many names. Don't confuse an interview in case they ask you what is transparent box. Transparent means what? I'm able to see the code. So developer is always able to see the code. So that's the reason we can call it as a what? Open, close, transparent, and white box. Why we can call it as a white box? Because the developer can able to see the code. When you're talking about black box testing, how we will test, guys? We don't know code, right? How we will test the application? How we will test the application? Based on
Documentation and functionality.
absolutely good. We are always depends on requirements. I told you, right? Requirements. We always depends on the requirements. If you understand the requirements, your testing is very very easy. If you are not understanding the requirements, then your testing is difficult. Only what is the toughest thing in the testing means what? Understanding the requirements. If you understand the requirement, you know what exactly you need to do. If you know that, your testing is easy. If you don't know what exactly I need to do, then your testing is little bit difficult. So understanding the requirements, it's not easy, guys. Don't think that it is very easy. Understanding the requirements is what you need to thoroughly, you need to check each and everything, then only you can understand the requirements. Okay, so understanding the requirements is very 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 important. Okay, is it clear, right? And what about SDLC? SDLC, I told you right yesterday, software development life cycle. Why we need to use this one? Why every organization, if you go with any organization, every organization they follow what SDLC process. Okay. Why we are following this one? Because we want a quality of the software.
Quality of product.
Yes, absolutely good. We want a quality of the product or we want the quality of the software because every organization, if you go with any organization, they follow what SDLC process. That That's the reason it's a campus interview question. If you go, if you are in still in your campus like BTech final year or MTech second year, still this question definitely they will ask you what is SDLC. So if you follow the SDLC, what we will get? We will get the quality of the software. Okay, what are the phases? Like before we start the project, what we need to do? Before we start the project, what we need to do? First of all, you need to gather the requirement capturing. Okay, once we got the requirement, what we need to do? All the requirements we cannot do, right? See, I got the requirement, but we need to check whether we can do or not, right? So make sure that once you got the requirement, you need to check the analysis part. Analysis is nothing but whether we can do or not. Once analysis part is done, then we need to go for the design part. Once the design is done, then you need to go for a coding. Once the coding is done, now here we are involved. Testing team, where we are involved in SDLC interview question. So where we are involved, we are not involved in the initial state. Okay, where we involved after the coding, not before the coding. Okay, once the development is done, then the testing will be started. So any task is assigned to the both. See, this is very important. Suppose one task means what we need to do the work, right? So this is what a QA guy. Okay, this is what a testing guy. Okay, let us assume. Okay, here we have a developer will be there and the testing team. Now what is your requirement? You need to design, you need to write the code for login screen. Okay, okay, login screen. Okay, for the login screen we need to verify. Okay, now for this task what we need to do, they will assign this task to whom? First they will assign to the developer. Okay, once the development is done, then they will assign this to whom? To the QA. So here it is, we can call it as what? A dev team. Dev team means dev team. Okay, developers. Okay, QA means a testing team. So this item, this login screen, once the login screen will requirement, we got the requirement is what? To build the login screen. Okay, now what developer do and what tester will do? So here we can easily understand, right, what developer will do. Developer will write what? Code. Testing team is what? We need to verify whether it is working as expected or not. So these all are very important, guys. Try to understand how the process will be there. So once the login screen is what? Our requirement. Once we got the requirement, then development will start. Okay, once the development is done, then we will do what? After writing the code, we will write what? Unit level testing. What is called unit level testing? White box testing. So once the white box testing is done, the code is working properly, then they will go to the testing, then they will move to the testing. Okay, so this is what the process. Once we got the requirements, once it will go to the analysis whether we can do or not. Once the analysis is part is done, then they will go for the design part. Once the design part is done, then they will go for a coding. Once the coding is done, then we will go for the testing. Once the testing part is completed, then we will go for implementation. Implementation is nothing but a deployment. Once the deployment is done, completely the deployment is done, then we can go for a support and maintenance. So this is what SDLC process. Definitely, guys, no doubt in interview they will ask you, can you explain what is SDLC and what are the phases? You need to tell them all the things. You cannot tell like requirement capturing, analysis, designing, coding. Don't read like that. You need to tell interview very clearly. First of all, we will go with the requirements. Once we got the requirements, then we will go for analysis. Once the analysis is part is done, then we will start designing. Once the design part is done, then we will go for coding. Once the coding is done, then development is done, then I involved and I verify whether the application is working, whether the task is working correctly or not, as expected or not. So that is, you need to explain in interview very clearly. Don't buy hard. SDLC or requirement capturing. If you read like that, they will reject you. Okay. You need to very cleanly. You need to explain before I start. we will go through the requirements. Before testing, you cannot directly start the testing, right? Before you pick that item, what you need to do? Understanding the requirements. You need to check the understanding the requirement. First of all, you need to understand the requirements. Okay, that is very, very important. Without understanding the requirements, you cannot do the task. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Yeah, good.
Yes,
So,
sir.
and one, yeah, good. So, understand the thing you while you're reading, right? Understand, don't by heart requirements. Okay, once we got the requirements, what we are doing, analysis. Once analysis part is done, then what we are doing, design. Once the design part is done, then what we need to do, coding. Once the coding is done, then we will go for a testing. Once the testing is done, then the implementation. Once the implementation is done, then we will go for a support and maintenance. So you need to explain very clearly in the interview. Okay, so or else you can tell like planning, defining, designing, building, testing, and deployment. See, this word we use, right? Deployment, generally we use this word. Okay, deployment means what? We use this terminology, right? So we deploy. Okay, so you can use these terminologies. Okay, one second. Hmm. So this is one of the most important ones. Okay, okay. One second, guys. One second. Now today's session is very, very important. We have what a requirement. So what we can say that see, today is very, very important. There are documents. We need to follow some documents, right? What are the documents we need to follow? DRS. What is called DRS? Anyone know what is called DRS? DRS means what? DRS means what is DRS, guys?
Something which is related to the business.
Yes, correct. Business requirement specification. Okay, BRS. Okay, BRS means what? Business requirement specification document. Okay, so that is very, very important, guys. You need to check that also. Okay, BRS. What is FRS? What is called FRS? FRS is nothing but what? FRS is nothing but functional requirement specification, functional requirement specification document. Okay, what is SRS, software requirement specification document? Okay, so that is very, very, very important, guys. So we'll see all the things like who will return the BRS, who will return the FRS, and where we will get the SRS. We'll see that. Okay, so this is very, very important. In interview they will ask you what kind of documents you are referring, what kind of documents you will refer generally. FRS. What is called FRS? FRS is nothing but functional requirement specification document. So that is very, very important one. Okay. Okay. Let's see before we start the things. See, you are a businessman, right? Suppose think that you are a businessman. You want software. So what you will do? You will directly will not go to the software company. You cannot ask build the software, right? First of all, what we need to do, we need to put a request for a proposal, that we can call it as what, RFP. What is called RFP? RFP is nothing but a request for a proposal. So now suppose Durga is the client. Durga wants some application. Okay, what Durga will do? Durga will put a one request for a proposal, okay, to the IT companies. Okay, once the Durga is put the request for a proposal, right? Then IT companies will check that proposal. Okay, if the IT companies are okay with that proposal, okay, we are ready to do your project. Okay, we are ready to do your work. So in that case, what they will do? One, they will also give the proposal document. Okay, see, Durga is giving what, request for a proposal. So Durga is asking, give me a proposal document. Now IT company will give what, the proposal document. In the proposal document, what will be there? What is the technical solution? What is the cost, and what is the schedule, and what is the timeline? So this is very, very, very important. Once that proposal is accepted by the client is means nothing but a Durga. If the client is accepted that proposal, then they will go with SOW. What is called SOW? SOW is nothing but a signed statement of work order. So once the work order we got, okay, now we got the project. Once we got the project, they will conduct one meeting, that is nothing but a kickoff meeting. That is the first meeting held in the organization. That meeting we can call it as what? A kickoff meeting. Okay. In that meeting, hi guys, we got a project. Okay. Then we need to identify whom? Project manager. So project manager is very, 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 very important. Okay. Project manager is very, very important. Without project manager, we can't do anything. So once we got the project, what we are doing, we are identify the project manager. Project manager is very, very important. So that's the reason in interview you have the technical round will be there. Once the technical round is clear, then the project manager round will be there. So that is very, very important. Okay, once the project manager is identified, so we identify the project manager, then the project manager is prepare one document. That document we can call it as what? PMP. What is called PMP? PMP is nothing but what? Project management plan. What is called PMP? PMP is nothing but what? Project management plan. So project manager will prepare one document. That document we can call it as what? PMP. PMP is nothing but a project management plan. Once the PMP is done, then BRS. See, who will return the BRS? Business analyst. You can also become a business analyst if you have a good skills, communication and returning skills. You can also become what? Business analyst. So what business analyst will do? What business analyst will do? Business analyst collect the information from the client. Now the business analyst will ask to the Durga, what you want, tell me what screens you want, what functionality you want. So what are the client expectations? What are the client expectations? All are written in where? In BRS document. So in the BRS we can call it as what? Business requirement specification document. BRS is very, 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 very important. Understanding, right? So what client is expecting? What client is expecting? Each and everything, the information. That information is written in where? In BRS document. That document we can call it as what? Business requirement specification document. So BRS is very, 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 very important. Okay. Once the BRS is done, then we will go for SRS. What is called SRS? Software requirement specification document. FRS means sorry, SRS. SRS is nothing but a software requirement specification documents. Once we got the BRS, now we will convert it into that BRS to SRS. SRS is nothing but a software requirement specification document. In SRS, there are two things. Like one is what? Development team, another is what? Testing team. You know, right? What developer will do? Generally, what developer will do? Anybody? What developer will do, guys? Developer will do what?
Coding. Coding.
Yes, coding. Yeah, coding, right? That everyone knows, right? So developer will start how they will write the code before they will go with the models like designs. Designs is nothing but architectural designs, DB designs. What is called DB designs? DB means what? What is meaning of DB? DB means DB,
database,
database design. Yes. What is UI? UI means what?
user interface.
Yes, user interface. UML, Unified Modeling Language. So the developer will go with the design patterns. Based on the designs, then the developer will start writing what? Coding. Once the code is done, then developer is what they will do? Code review. What is meaning of code review? Code review means what? Code review means whatever the code you written, right? What are the code you written, right? That code will be reviewed by your senior persons. Okay, that we can call it as what? Code review. Code review is very, 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 very important. Once the code review is done, unit level testing. What is called unit level testing? Anybody? Unit level testing is nothing but
White box test.
absolutely. So unit level testing is nothing but white box testing. So once the white box testing is done, the developer work is completed. Now this code will be sent to the testing team. So this is what a developer will do. What developer will do? Developer will go with the models or design. Based on the design, the developer will start doing the coding. Once the coding is done, the code review. Once the code reviews is done, then they will start unit level testing. Once the unit level testing is done, completed, unit level testing is completed, then they will go for integration level testing. So here the developer is also will do what kind of integration level testing. Once the integration level testing is done, the developer part is completed. Understanding, right? So in the real time, you will see like this. Okay, try to understand, guys. These all are very, very important. So you know, right, what developer, this is the what dev team. Okay, developer will do what? It's like home module. Okay, home page is designed. Okay, now what developer will do? Developer write some code, right? Now some code. Once this code is completed, now you need to do what? A code review. Code review means what? Your senior person will review the code. Once the code review is done, unit level testing. What is called unit level testing? White box testing. So once the white box testing is done, it is working as expected. Then this guy will move this code into the server. Okay, he will move to this code into the check-in. Generally, we can call it as what? Check-in. So here we have a server will be there. This is what environment. Environment is nothing but a server. Okay, here this guy code completely. This guy code will be there, right? This guy code will be converted into the form of build. So here they will be converted into this code into the build format. This build will assign to whom? To a
Tester.
tester. See, this is what reality. So you need to understand this. How this we will not see the code. I told you, right? White box testing only. Developers only. See, the developers only can see, the developer only can see the code, but testers, I told you, right, we never see the code. We will get what? A URL. Okay, URL will get. Okay, URL is nothing but a domain name, amazon.in. Okay, amazon.in. Suppose this is what you will get. Now if you click this button, or sorry, this, you will click this link, then you can able to see what? A home page. So this is the way we need to check. So what developer will do? Developer is always write the code, and this code will be once the development is done, they will go with the code review. Once the code review is done, then they will go with the unit level testing. Unit level testing is done means it is working as expected. Then the developer will push the code into the server. Once the server, this is the what? Raw data, right? This data will converted in the form of build format. Build is very, very important. Build. Okay, every day you will get what? Builds. Okay, in this build you will see the that code. Okay, okay, this is what the problem is. Okay, okay, this keyboard. Okay, okay, the build is what? You will get the build. Okay, once you got the build, right, so that is very, very important. Once the build will come, right, now you are involved. See, testing is involved here. So this build will comes to the QA. QA, you never see the code. Then how you will test this URL? They will provide the URL. This code is completely made with this URL. So you will click this URL. What module you need to see? The home module you need to see. Just click this button. It is working as expected or not. So this is what QA will do, or a developer and QA will do. What kind of testing will do? We can do all the kind of testing once build will come. So now coming to the testing side. So what the tester will do? Very, very important. Test plan. See, who will design the test plan? Who will design the test plan? The test plan is designed by the test lead. Your lead will be there, right? Test lead will be there. The test lead is what? The test lead is prepare the test plan document, how we need to do the test, and what items we need to assign to the team, and what are the items. Each and everything will be prepared by your test lead. So lead is very, very important in the testing. So the test lead is the plan for the testing, what kind of testing we need to do, whether smoke or a sanity or a functional or non-functional. So each and everything will be designed on by your test lead. Once the test lead is done, like test plan is done, test scenarios. Scenarios means what I need to verify. So suppose I ask you guys to test the water bottle. In the water bottle, what you will test? Anybody? I ask you to test the water bottle. So in the water bottle, what you will test? What you will test, guys? Anybody?
Water bottle leakage or not?
Yeah, water bottle. Yes, good. Water bottle is leakage or not? Yes. Only that?
No, then
Water
size
Quality.
size of
size,
water bottle.
color, label, what is the water contained, 1 liter or 2 liters. So these all are what? Scenarios. Scenarios are very, very important. What I need to verify. So first of all, any task is assigned on your name. You need to identify the test scenarios. Scenarios is very, very, very important. Okay. What I need to verify in the water bottle. So cap, body, water content, 1 liter or 2 liters, whether it is accepting water or cold water or hard water, what is the expiring of the bottle. So expire will be also will be there, right? Bottle of expire is also will be there. Okay, water will never expire. Okay, water of bottle will be expired. If you buy any water bottle, right, expire date will be there. Don't think that the water will be expired. Bottle will be expired, not water. Okay, so these all are very, very important. So you need to check each and everything, like what I need to test. Can you tell me what are the scenarios of mobile phone? So in the phone, what are the scenarios? Screen, volume increasing, decreasing, and lock screen, front
Yes,
cam,
yes.
back cam, volume decrease. So these all are what you need to test. So scenarios means what? What I need to verify. Test cases. What is meaning of test cases? Conditions. You need to check the condition. So now you identify the scenario of water bottle is what? The cap color is what? Blue. That is what in the requirement is very clearly the cap color is what? Blue. So you need to make sure that you need to check that the cap color should be blue or not. So how you will check? That is what test cases. You need to write the conditions. You need to check the conditions. Verify the water bottle cap color should be blue. Actual result is what? Blue, but you are not able to see the blue. You are seeing the different color. Means actual result is not equal to the expected result. Means what? Your test case is what? Failed. So you need to check like that. Okay, don't worry, we will discuss lot of things today. I'm telling what developer will do, what tester will do. So testing, before we start the testing, the test plan will be there. The test plan is designed by the test lead. Once the test lead design the test plan, once they assign any item on your name, you need to write the test scenarios. Once the test scenarios is identified, then you write the test cases. Once you write the test cases, then integration. Now I told you, right, this build will come to on your name. Once this build will come, right, what you need to do? Integration testing. You need to test the integration. Once the integration testing is done, then you need to do the system testing. What is called system testing? System testing is nothing but end to end testing. What is meaning of system? System means what? The meaning itself will be there, right? system testing. The system testing means what? We need to check end-to-end testing. Once the system testing is done, then we will go with acceptance testing, user acceptance testing. User acceptance testing is nothing but alpha testing and beta testing. Once alpha and beta is done, then we will go for production and implementation. Once the production and implementation means we will go for the release. Once the release is done, then we'll go for a support and maintenance. See, this is very, 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 very important, guys. What is BRS, what is SRS, what is FRS, a functional requirement specification document. Okay, what developer will do, what testing team will do. If you know this idea, then the next topics are very, very easy. First of all, you need to know what developer will do, what tester will do. Don't say only dev coding. There are a lot of things the developer will do, like after coding, code review will be there. After code comment, the developer will modify the code, and once it is done, again you will move to the code review. Once the code review is done, then unit level testing. Unit level testing is nothing but, I told you, right, a white box testing. Again, once the white box testing is done, then they will move to the integration testing. Here the developer part is completed. When you're talking about testing, what we will do, we identify the test scenarios, we are writing the test cases, we are executing the test cases, and once it is done, we are doing the system testing. What is called system testing? System testing is nothing but end-to-end testing. Entire the application we are testing, and we are doing the user acceptance testing, alpha testing and beta testing. Once user acceptance testing is done, then we will go for a production and implementation. And once the production and implementation is done, then we will go for a support and maintenance. I hope you understand. Anybody have any question? This is very, very important. What developer will do, what tester will do, you need to check. Is it clear?
The testing department, what is the integration testing, sir?
Integration means good one. We will discuss the coming session. See, now integration means what? Combining the two modules. Okay. So suppose Amazon application will be there, right? So Amazon application will be there. I told you, right? One developer cannot build entire the application. Now you build, you write the code for the best sellers. Okay. I write the code for the customer services. Okay. Once your coding is done and my coding is done, then we need to check these two code are merged properly or not. So communication between the two modules. See, suppose in currently in where I'm in Amazon page. If I click what best sellers means, what page I'm getting? Best sellers page I'm getting. If I click customer services means what I'm getting? The customer services page. So integration means what? The combining the two modules properly or not. So you need to check these two modules are communicating properly or not. You need to check. Is it clear? We will discuss. There is a, we have the integration. What is integration? We have the session, but I'm giving the example today. You are build this code, I'm build this code. So we need to check these two modules are integrated properly. Suppose if it is not integrated properly, means only best sellers is only working, the customer services is not work, because it is not done proper integration. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we'll see that is what next session we'll see all the things in the topic wise. Okay, don't worry. What is integration? We'll see that. Let's say unit testing, integration testing, system testing, user acceptance testing. We'll see like each and everything we'll see. Okay, from the basic to advanced we'll see. Okay. Okay, guys. Tomorrow we'll see. I have urgent call. Okay. So tomorrow what we can see is what is the testing techniques. Okay. So far what we learn. Okay. So far what you learn, guys. What is testing? For what reason we are doing the testing? And what are the types of testing? What is BVA? What are the requirement documents? What is what is called FRS and SRS, and what is that? DRS. Okay, business requirement specification document, right? And what is BVA and all these things we learn. Just sit for a 2 minutes and think what I learn all these 2-3 classes. Okay, what is SDLC? And these all are very, very important. What developer will do, what tester will do, we learn all these things, right? But tomorrow what we can do is we can start what is the testing techniques. Interview question, definitely they will ask you what is the testing techniques. Okay, techniques will be, we need to check what is static testing and what is dynamic testing. Okay, and might be tomorrow, I don't know whether it will, link will be changed or not. You just check with the front office. Okay, if you're not able to log in. Okay, and thank you
Yes,
guys.
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, thank you, thanks for your time. Have a
Thank you,
nice day.
sir.
Yeah. Okay, so yesterday where we are in, do you remember what we are discussing? What is BRS? Anybody? What is BRS? BRS is nothing but, what is that, guys?
Business requirement specification.
Yes, business requirement specification. Who will design that? Who will written that document?
Business analyst personnel.
Yes, yes, business analyst. Good. So business analyst will return the document. Okay. So what client expectations? What are the client expectations? Right. Each and everything will be written in where, in BRS. What is SRS? What is SRS, guys?
Software requirement specification.
Yeah, software requirement specification. Okay. Once we got BRS, right, based on that, see, it's a common words, right? It's a common talks. So what client expectations and all the things, right? So that we will need to convert it into SRS. SRS is nothing but a SRS, okay, software requirement specification document. Okay, and what is FRS? What is called FRS? Anybody? What is FRS?
Functional requirement specification.
Yes, absolutely good. FRS is nothing but a functional requirement specification document. Okay, what is SDLC? What is SDLC, guys?
Software development life
Software
cycle.
development life
Yes,
cycle.
software development life cycle. What are the phases? Can anyone tell me what
Requirement
are the phases? Hmm.
requirement capturing, analysis, design, coding, uh, testing, implementation, support, or maintenance.
Yes, support and maintenance. Good. What is BVA?
Uh,
Boundary level
boundary
analysis.
Boundary value analysis. Good. Okay. Can anyone tell me the scenarios of watch? Your watch. Scenarios of watch. What is scenarios? Scenarios means what? Scenarios means?
uh, test scenarios means what should be tested,
Yes.
which
Yes. So yesterday we discussed, right? Right? Test plan. Who will design the test plan?
test lead.
Who? Test lead. Good. What are the testing types?
Uh, there are mainly two types of testing: white box testing and black box testing.
Who
Structural
will
and
do the,
functional.
yes, correct, structural and functional. Who will do the white box testing?
Whiteboard
White
testing
box testing.
done by developer because of
Developer.
coding proper working or not.
Yeah, because they need to check at least one time whether the code is working properly or not. Who will do the black box testing?
So
Black box
we as
testing
a
QA
is
personnel will.
black box.
Okay. So how we will test?
and
We don't know coding, right? How we will test? How you confirm that whether you are getting the correct results or not?
so client requirement and documentation and functionality.
Absolutely good. So based on requirements and functionality. Good, guys. Good. So how you are telling, right? Every day I will ask the questions. You need to prepare. So interview it's very easy. Okay, don't worry. Okay, in interview you can easily say that. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any question, guys? Okay, so white box, black box, they all are very, very important. What is SDLC? Software development life cycle, requirement capturing, analysis, designing, coding, testing, and implementation and support and maintenance. So 100% entry question. Okay. Yesterday we saw this one. What is PMP? What is called PMP? Project Management Plan. Okay, the project manager will prepare one document. The document is nothing but a PMP. Okay, PMP is nothing but what? Project Management Plan. And yesterday we discussed about BRS, SRS, and FRS. So FRS is very, very important. Guys, if you are not talking, can you put mute yourself? Okay, so what developer will do, guys? What developer will do? So this is very, very important. What developer will do? So developer will do what? Based on the models, like designs. Okay, based on the designs, they will start writing what? Coding, right? Once the coding is done, what they will do? Code review. Code review is very, very important, right? Once the code review is done, then they will do what? Unit level testing. What is called unit level testing? Anybody?
White
Unit.
box testing.
White box testing.
Yeah, it's a white box testing. See, remember, for every developer, whatever the code is written, right, they won't directly send to the QA. At least one time, they need to check whether my code is working properly or not. So in future also, you become a software like a automation engineers, or you want to become a coding side, you cannot directly send to the team, right? Before you send to anyone, at least from your end, at least one time you need to check whether my code is working properly or not. That kind of testing we can call it as what? Unit level testing, or a glass box testing, or a transparent box testing, or a clear box testing. Okay, or a component testing. So what is component testing? Don't confuse. Component testing is nothing but what are the code you written, right? You means don't worry, your developer will return the code, right? The developer will check at least one time. So unit testing is mandatory for a developer. Mandatory means what is called mandatory? Mandatory means it should mandatory means what?
Compulsory.
Correct. Compulsory. He need to developer whatever the code is written, right? He need to check at least one time whether my code is working properly or not. Once the unit testing is done, then they will push the code into the server, and that code will come to us. As yesterday I told you, right? We have like environments will be there. Production environment, dev environment, and QA environment will be there. Okay. I told you, right, what developer job, right, everyone, what the developer job. Simply, you need to remember, developer is always write the code, modify the code, and implement the code, right? So developer is what? He write the code, right? And once the code is done, code review. What is meaning of code review? Code review means your senior person will, or peer review. We can call it as in the peer review. In real time, we can call it as what? Peer review. Once the code review is done, then the developer will do what? A unit level testing. Okay, once the unit level testing is done, then what you need to do? So we cannot say, we cannot go and sit with the developer, we cannot test this code, right? Suppose he implemented home page. Okay, so we cannot go to the developer place. Okay, and also remember, we never test in developer place. Okay, we cannot confirm in the developer laptop. We cannot confirm whether it is working or not. Okay, we always need to confirm in the QA environment. Environment is nothing but it's a server. See, it's a dev environment. Okay, it's a QA environment. Okay, it's a, next one is what? A production environment. Production environment means live data. Okay, first they will push this code. This is what? Raw code, right? This is all our raw code. This code will push into the server. Okay, now this server, in this server, they will convert it into entire the code into the form of build format. Build is very, very important. And the same build they will clone means, or a copy or anything. Okay, the same build they push into the QA environment also. Okay, now this is what? QA environment. This build will assign to whom? To the QA. See, now you are the QA guy. Now what is your role? Interview question. What is your roles and responsibilities? Okay, so now as a QA, what you need to do? As a developer, writing the code, and you do the unit testing and code review is part, developer part. What about QA part? QA part is what? Whenever the bill will come, right? The www.abc.com. Okay, this is what domain name. So whenever you got the bill, right, you need to check whether it is working as per the given requirement or not. Okay, now you need to write the test cases, test design. Okay, test case design. Once the test design is done, you need to write a test cases. Test cases is nothing but test design. Once it is done, test execution. So these all are you need to do. Okay, once the code will come, right, what you exactly need to do? You need to understand the requirement first. What is the requirement here? What is the requirement here? Verify the home page. Okay, verify the home page. Okay, this is what your task. Okay, whenever the task will come, right, you need to check, you need to access this URL and check whether you are getting the home page or not. So this is what QA will do. Okay, this is what developer will do. So try to understand. Most people are say that developer write coding, QA do the testing. What kind of testing you need to do? You need to explain in the interview. What is the coding process? You need to explain. In case the developer, what is they need to do? Once they written the code, they will not directly send to the QA. They need to do what? Code review. Code review is very, very important. Once the code review is done, then they will do what? Unit level testing, and also they will do integration level testing. In case any measures will be problem, integration problems or not, they will check. Okay, QA also will do what? Integration testing. Okay, so once we got the bill, right, the test plan, who will design the test plan, guys? Anybody? Who can anyone tell me who will design the test plan?
Test lead.
Yeah, test lead. Lead will prepare the test plan, what we need to test, how do we need to test, and what are the scenarios and each and everything. Your lead will guide you. Don't worry. Whenever you got the task, right, you need to write the test scenarios, and based on the scenarios you need to write the test cases, and we need to do with the integration testing. Integration testing means, I told you, right, combining the two modules. Don't worry, with the next session we will discuss each and everything. Okay, and one more important is what? System testing. What is meaning of system testing? System testing means what?
End to end.
Yes, absolutely. End to end, we need to test end to end. Okay, each and every module you need to test. Okay, don't worry. You will not only one person you need to test. We have a testing team, right? They will divide the modules. Okay. Hey, Kavita, can you work on this module? Hey, Ravi, you can work on this module. So they will divide the modules. Okay. Don't think that I'm only one person. I need to test entire the application. It's not be possible. Okay, they will, we have a testing team, right? They divide the modules, and end of the day we need to tell the status whether we completed the work or not. Okay, so system testing is very, very important. Okay, what we need to test, like usability, compatibility, performance, security, and functionality. We will discuss in the system testing what we test. We will discuss in coming session. They are very, very important. 100% interview question. What is system testing? Once it is done, then we will go for what? User acceptance testing, alpha testing and beta testing. Once it is done, then we will go for the production and implementation. Once it is done, then we will go for support and maintenance. So before you start testing, first you need get an idea what developer will do, what tester will do. First you need get some idea what is test plan, what is test scenarios, what is test cases, what is integration testing, and what is system testing, and what is user acceptance testing, what is meaning of production and implementation, and what is the meaning of support and maintenance. Before you start testing, you need to understand these terminologies are very, very important. You're simply reading and attending the interviews means you will not be selected. You need to explain them what developer will do and what tester will do. Okay, what is the test plan? Who will design the test plan? The test plan is designed by the test lead. What are the test scenarios? What test scenarios means? What I need to verify. Suppose they ask me to test ATM mission. So in the ATM mission, what I need to test? ATM screen and buttons and the front cam. I need to identify all possible areas. Okay, I need to identify all these areas. That all will come on scenarios. Once we identify the scenarios, then you need to write the test cases. Okay, so we will discuss each and everything in detailed in the coming sessions. Okay, today I want to tell you, like last class and today's session, what developer will do exactly and what tester will do. No, we need to have an idea about that. Okay, before we start. And today's is one of the important interview question, guys. What are the testing techniques? What kind of techniques we use while we are doing the testing? So we have two techniques. What are they? Static and dynamic. What is meaning of static? Anyone? Can anyone know what is static technique? What is meaning of static? Static means what?
Depend on document.
Yes, static means, yes, correct. Static means what? Without executing. So in the testing terminology, what we can say that static means what? We are without executing the application, we can call it as what? A static technique. Okay. Can you give me any example? Yes. Code review, or not only code review, test cases review, test scenarios review. So what are the test cases you are written, right? That will be written by, that will be reviewed by your senior person, right? Here we are reviewing the things, but we are not executing. So here we are not executing anything, so that will comes on where? Static technique. Okay. So if you see that, what are the static means? So what is meaning of static means? The application is checking is carried out without the application, without executing the application is called as static testing. We are not executing, so that kind of things all will come in where? In static technique. Can you give me any example? Yes, I'm ready to give the example. What are there? Code review. See, I'm reviewing the code, I'm not executing, so that's the reason I call it as it's a static technique. Test cases review. Test cases review means you are writing the test cases and the senior person will review the test cases, so it is not executing, right? So that's the reason I can call it as it's a static technique. Okay. And what is that? Inspection. What is meaning of inspection? Inspection means what? Someone need to check, right? See whether you are going in the respective document or not. That is also is very, very important. If you are not follow the correct document, at the end of the day you say that I'm getting a different output because you are not follow the respective document. So then in that case what will happen? You will get wrong inputs, right? So we need to follow the respective documents. Okay, they will provide all the documents, don't worry. Testing is very, 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 very easy when, if you understand the requirements, if you follow the documents. No need to write any single code, guys. No, don't worry about the coding. Just you need to follow the instructions what they given in the document. That is the reason what we can say what is testing. Testing is nothing but to check whether the application is working according to the given requirements or not. They will provide you all the documents. They will provide all the design document, requirement document, each and every test data document. They will provide each and everything to you. Just you need to follow the instructions, just you need to follow the documents and check whether it is working as per the given requirement or not. Okay. So inspection is nothing but it's a software artifacts. Artifacts is nothing but say requirement, specification, design, coding documents, each and everything they will provide. Okay. So you need to follow that document. You need to follow the documents. Okay. Simply you cannot say I'm not following the document. Okay. They will definitely, they will tell you, hey, please refer this document. What is that meaning? Refer this document means while you are doing the testing, you need to refer that document. Okay. Then you will easily understand. Okay. So the inspection here also, I'm not executing, I'm just referring the document. Okay. Inspection means what? Checking. Okay. So that is also will comes on the static technique. Okay. And walkthrough. What is called walkthrough? Anybody? Anyone knows that what is walkthrough? What is meaning of walkthrough? Walkthrough means what? Anyone knows?
Discuss on document.
Yeah, it's a kind of meetings. Okay, we have a lot of meetings will be there. Okay, we have a lot of meetings. Okay. So meetings means what? Every day, see, in the real time we have a lot of meetings will be there, guys. So that meetings we can call it as what? Walkthrough sessions. Walkthrough sessions means what? It's a kind of meetings. Okay. So we have a lot of meetings in the real time. We cannot like start our own. Okay, we have a lot of discussion meetings. There are a lot of things will be there. Okay. Okay. So this is very, very important, guys. Walkthrough sessions will be there. Okay. Here also we are not executing, so that's the reason we can call it as what? A static. what is static testing and what is dynamic testing. 100% no doubt, it's an interview question. Okay, can you please tell me what are the testing techniques? Okay, you can say that static, don't say there are two. Okay, never mention there are. Okay, avoid that one. You can say that the testing techniques are static and dynamic. What is static? Static is nothing but the application is checking, is carried out without executing. I'm not executing the application, is called as static testing. Okay, in this what we can do, what is the example? Reviews, inspections, and walkthrough. What is review? What is meaning of review? Review means what? The name itself in the word. Reviews, code review, test cases review, anything. Okay, what are your written right? That should be reviewed by your senior person. Once the review is done, then only we'll approve that. Because if we are not testing, then we will release means then it's a big problem, right? So reviews will always be there in the software time. Okay, either it is development side or either it is testing side. Reviews should be there. Okay, once the review is done, inspection means what? We are need to check whether we are following the respective documents or not. Okay, walkthrough is kind of it's a session, so like it's a meetings. Okay, what about dynamic testing? What is meaning of dynamic testing, guys? The dynamic testing is nothing but the application is checking is done executing. See, dynamic means what? We need to execute the application. In that case only we can say it's a dynamic testing. Dynamic testing, can you give me any example? White box testing. White box testing means what? Unit level testing. We are giving input and we are getting the output. So we are executing the things. So that's the reason we can call it as it's a dynamic testing. Black box testing, we are also giving the input and we are checking the output, right? That means execution is going on. So that's the reason we can call it as what? Dynamic testing. And one more testing is there. What is a gray box? Can anyone tell me what is gray box? What is meaning of gray box? Gray box means what? Anyone knows that? What is the gray box testing? The gray box
Maybe
testing is
both,
nothing but
maybe both white and black box system.
yes, not it's yes, both we need to do, white box and black box. That box we can call it as what? Gray box testing. So 100% question, guys, no doubt at all. See, don't buy hard. If you buy hard means you will forget. Try to understand the concept, why we can call it as it's a static and why we can call it as it's a dynamic. Static means what? Without executing the application is called as a static, and dynamic means what? With execution we can call it as what? Dynamic. So can you give me any examples? Means you can give the examples. Okay, you can easily give the example. What is static? Static is nothing but without executing. Can you give me examples? Code review? Yes, we are not executing that. Inspection? Yes, we are not executing that. And walkthrough, it's a kind of meetings. Yes, we are not executing anything. So this all will comes on where? Static testing. No need to buy hard, just understand the concept. If you understand the concept, it's very easy. Okay, people are reading static or code review, inspection, walkthrough. If you read like that, suddenly you will be forget, you cannot answer in the interview. In case tomorrow if anyone asks you what is static, you can easily say that yes, without executing the application we can call it as it's a static testing. And can you give me any examples? Yes, code review, inspections, and walkthrough. This all will comes on under the static testing. Oh, what is dynamic testing? Okay, no need to read by heart. Okay, what is dynamic testing? The dynamic testing is nothing but with execution. With execution, we can call it as what? Dynamic testing, and it will comes on black box testing and white box testing. And one more box is what? Gray box testing. What is meaning of gray box? The combination of what? White and black. We can call it as what? Gray box testing. Is it clear? Anybody have any questions? Very important question, guys. See, forget about interview purpose. Okay, forget about interview. Try to understand the concept, why we can call it as it's a static, why we can call it as a dynamic. Static is very important because we need to go with the understanding the requirements. Understanding the requirements, we need to follow the documents. In the testing, we need to follow the documents, we need to understand the requirements. So static is very important. And parallelly dynamic is also is very important. Dynamic testing means what? We need to executing the application, we can call it as what? A dynamic testing. So what we can give the example: white box, black box, and gray box. Again, reverse question: what is gray box? The combination of what? White and black, we can call it as what? Gray box testing. Is it clear? Anybody have any questions? Yes or no? You need to talk, guys. I told you, right? If you learn entire the course, you need to speak, you need to talk, otherwise it's very tough.
Clear,
Is it
sir.
clear? Yeah, good.
Yes.
I Yeah, I told you, right? Communication is very important, especially in testing. Okay, communication means what? You need to respond. You should need to respond. Okay, because in testing, what are the issues you find, right? You need to report to the team members. Okay, teammates. Okay, I don't want to talk, I will sit silent, means it won't work out. Okay, because you need to talk, you need to speak. The first question of your interview is what? They won't ask what is testing, what can you tell me what is the testing techniques, can you tell me what is SDLC. They won't ask all the things. The first question of your interview is what? Can you introduce yourself and tell me roles and responsibilities? Can you explain what is your roles and responsibility? So if you tell your roles and responsibility and can you introduce yourself, then only they will ask the next question. Okay, they won't ask directly, sit and tell me what is testing, what is the testing techniques. They won't ask like that. Okay, first question is what? Can you introduce yourself and tell me what is your roles and responsibilities? What is your roles, what is your responsibilities? What is your roles and what is your responsibility in testing? Understanding the requirements, writing the test scenarios, identify the test scenarios, executing the test cases. These all are what? Your roles and responsibilities. Okay, so you need to tell them very clearly. Okay, so the previous session we discussed, right? So these all are interview questions only. Don't ask me, give me interview questions. Okay, what is SDLC? Interview question. Okay, and what are the requirement documents? BRS, FRS, and SRS. Okay, and what is the techniques, testing techniques? Okay, what are the testing techniques? There are two techniques. Okay, one is static and another is what? Dynamic. What is static testing? The static testing is nothing but without executing the application, we can call it as it's a static testing. Can you give me the examples? Means you can give that, you can say that code review, inspections, and walkthrough. And what is the dynamic testing? The dynamic testing is nothing but you can say that black box testing and white box testing and gray box testing. So what is gray box means? The combination of white and black. See what you learn all these days, the three last class. What is testing, for what reason we are doing the testing, and what is the difference between manual testing and automation testing, and what are the testing like techniques, like we already learned, right? BVA, what is called BVA, and what is SDLC, and what are the SDLC phases. So what are the testing types, white box and black box? See, we already learned all the things. Now what we are learning? Testing fundamentals. This very important. Okay, just now we learned what is testing techniques. Now what we are learning? Testing fundamentals. What are the fundamentals of testing? Okay, interview question. Can you explain what are the fundamentals of testing? Means unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. And another category, we can say all your interview questions will come here: functional testing and non-functionality testing. If you know the functional testing, you can apply for the job also. Okay, you can apply, and but you need to know agile methodology and Jira, you need to know. Okay, functional testing, all your interview questions will come here itself. Okay, before that we will see what is unit testing and what is integration testing and what is system testing and what is the acceptance testing. Okay, so fundamentals are very important. Okay, what is unit level testing? Everyone knows, right? What is unit level testing? A testing of a single program. Okay, testing of what? A single program, module, or a unit of a code. So what are the modules in your application? Means what is your answer? So you know, right, what is a module? Module means what? Anyone? So in Amazon, what are the modules? Can anyone tell me what are the modules in Amazon? In
Adding
Amazon,
the item into the cart.
what are the modules here? Can anyone tell me what are the modules here?
Best
What are the
seller,
modules?
Best seller,
See,
customer.
best seller,
customer
customer
service,
services, modules. Yes, very good,
guides.
excellent. So these all are what the modules. Okay, you need to work on these modules. Okay, I told you right. They won't give entire as you are not only one tester. Okay, there are number of testing team will be there. There is a team, 5 numbers or 6 numbers, more than 6 numbers will be there. You know, in Signity there are more than 100 testers will also will be there for that one product. Okay, so there are many people will be there. Okay, but you don't think that I'm only to need to test each and everything. Okay, they will give you module wise. Okay, suppose they will assign a task on your name, verify the customer services. That is what your task. So whenever they assign any task on your name, right, what you need to do, first of all, you need to understand what is the customer services and what are the customer services icons, like what are there. You need to understand all the things, go through the requirements and understand the requirements, and you need to start working on customer services. So unit level testing is what you can say that it's a module or a unit of a code, or you can say that lines of the code. Okay, that we can call it as what unit level testing. Testing a single program, what I'm returning, I can test that, or a module, a single module, or a unit of the code, what are the code is written, right, that we can test. That we can call it as what unit level testing. Okay, a software unit is ready for the testing with the other system components. See, I written the code for what I'm customer services. Now you return the code for what mobiles. Now my code is ready to test for the other unit testing. Okay, so if both are working, then only this application will work. Okay, only one is working and the other one is not working means then it's not be good, right? It's a bug. So always we need to do what the developer will do what unit level testing, and we will do a module level testing. Module level means what you need to check on this module, you need to check whether this module is working properly or not. Okay, and what about integration testing? 100% entry question, guys. What is integration? See, the name itself will be there. What is meaning of integration? Integration means what? Integration testing is a process of combining the modules and the testing the data flow between the modules. Okay, so integration means what? So you see, just now we discussed, right, this developer will design what a home, right, another developer will be there. Okay, another developer will be created another module. Okay, and this is what another developer. Okay, dev 2. Okay, dev 1 and dev 2, this guy is created images. Okay, images module. Okay, whatever it may be. So you need to understand how the code will come, and this is what images. Now this code is what? This code will be sent to the server, right? Now this guy is already sent that this code will match here. Okay, now this code will be taken here. Now the home is there and images will be there, right? This two code will be converted in the form of build. So this build will assign to whom? Directly to the QA. Okay, now QA guy need to test this one. See, once the QA guy is attended, right, now the QA guy can, now you can see what two modules, not one module, because the home is already there and now recent module is what is implemented images. Now what is the integration? Integration means what is meaning of integration? See, integration testing verifies that combined unit functions together properly or not. This is what one unit function, this is what one unit function. Now what we are doing in integration testing? Integration testing verifies that combined unit functions together properly or not. So if both are not integrated properly, then what will happen? If you click home button, home is not working. If you click the images, images will not be working. So it is not working as expected. So make sure that it should be integrated properly. Now many people will get a question, who will do the integration testing, whether developer or a tester? Both we will do the integration testing. The developer will do their end, from back end they will do the integration testing, but QA as a testers we need to do the front end. Front end means what we can see here. See in the application, You can see that, see the two modules, like let us assume like it's a home, it's a images. Now if I click the home button, like what is that? I'm getting the customer services, right? Now in the current time, which page? And the customer services. Now I'm clicking what? Mobiles. Okay, the mobiles page should become, see, so both are integrated properly. Now in where I'm in mobiles page, see, observe this one. I'm where I'm in mobile page, but I'm clicking what? Customer services, but the customer services page is also opening. So both are integrated properly. If they are not integrated properly, if you cannot see, you're in the customer service page, but you're trying to click other pages, means it won't work, means then it's a problem. So integration testing is nothing but make sure verifies the combined unit functions. Okay, you are taking two unit functions and together properly or not. Okay, they're matched together properly or not, we need to check. This can facilitate finding the problem that occurs interface. Okay, interface and communication. Communication means what? Thinking. The communication between the individual components. Home is what? The individual components. Images is what? One individual components. Okay, so these all are very very important. So definitely they will ask you what is they will ask you what is integration testing. Do you involved in integration testing? Yes, I involved the integration testing to check the combining the modules between the two unit functions, whether they're working properly or not. Okay, so this is the definition, but in interview you can say that yes, I will verify the whether modules are able to access each other or not, and we will check. So that you need to tell in the interview. Okay, so don't say the definition in interview. I'm giving the examples. So each and every module we are, each and every topic we are giving the example, so you can tell that example. What is positive testing and what is negative testing, guys? Anyone? What is positive testing and what is negative testing?
Positive testing is a valid value, put in a
Hmm.
valid value.
Hmm.
Negative testing is a put in an
Invalid values.
invalid value.
Yeah, so you can give any example, right? In case interview they will ask you, so you understand the concept. That's the reason you can tell at any time. So if you by heart that, you cannot answer it. So that is what I'm telling. Please understand the concept, forget about mug up the things. Okay, if you read the continuously, you will not understand. Try to understand why we can call it as it's a static, why we can call it as a dynamic, why we can call it as it's a unit testing, why we can call it as a integration. Integration is nothing but the name itself will be there. Integration is nothing but the combining the two modules and check the data flow between the two modules are working properly or not. If the two modules like a home and images we are created and we are integrated, and we are also checking the both modules are communicating properly or not. So this kind of testing we can call it as what? Integration testing. Okay, it is also referred as assembly testing. Please assemble all guys, right? So assemble testing means what? We are assembled and we are checking whether they both are assembled correctly or not. Okay, so integration is one of the important interview question, guys. Okay. Anybody have any questions here? Please clarify your question, guys. Every day I told you, right? It's a purely interaction session. You need to ask the questions. I will answer. If I'm not, if I don't know, I will say I don't know. Otherwise, if I know, I will answer and I will explain that. Okay.
Sir, please
So, but
explain the unit testing. What is the scenario on this test for?
yeah, I told you, right? Yeah, good. Unit testing is nothing but, see, I told you, right? So you are the developer, okay? And now suppose you think like you are a developer, right? So see, why we do the unit testing? So that is very very important. Now what developer will do? Developer will write the code. Generally, what developer job? He write the some code, right? He implemented home page. Now, suppose if you not do the unit level testing means what? At least one time you need to check whether my code is working properly or not. Suppose you not done the unit testing, you think that my code is correct because you are overconfident or whatever it may be. Okay. Now what we done? We directly push this code into the server, right? Now in the server, what will happen? This is the raw code, right? This will be converted into the build format, right? In the build, this raw code will be there. Now this code will be assigned to what? To the tester. Now you not done the unit level testing, then what will happen? Then QA guy is reporting too many issues. hey, this is not working, this is not working, this is not working, because we are getting too many issues. Okay, because you're not done unit level testing. What is meaning of unit level testing? What is meaning of unit level testing? So do you remember the previous session? Okay, what is unit level testing, guys? Unit level testing is nothing but a white box
White
testing.
box testing.
Testing. Okay. So what is white box testing? So once see, the testing is based on knowledge of internal logic of application code. If you know the code, if you know the code, so what kind of testing you can do? White box testing. So we can call it as it's a glass box also. Why we can call it as it's a glass, or why we can call it as it's white? Because the developer can able to see the code. So whenever you write some code, all right, then you need to check before you sending to the QA. You need to test at least one time whether my code is working properly or not. See, internal software and code working should be known for this type of testing. You need to know the logic, you need to the code, then only you can do the white box testing. So this we can call it as what? Unit testing or a component testing. Now this guy build what? Now suppose this guy implemented. Okay, now this guy is implemented today deals. Okay, this guy is implemented what? Today deals. Okay, so in that case what you need to do, you need to do one kind of unit level testing. Unit level testing is nothing but that particular unit we need to test. Okay, otherwise we can do that, what we can say that he can do the before sending to the QA, at least one time you need to check whether my code is working properly or not. I told you, right? If you are not if you're not done proper unit level testing, then what will happen? Too many what we get, but lot of issues we will get, because there are syntax errors, or you're getting too many issues will get because you're not done unit level testing. So say this build process, it will take lot of time. Now we in diagram we are writing very easy, but in the real time, once you write the code, the code should be unit level testing should be done, then code review is done, then it will push to the server and it will comes into the build format. So this is a lengthy process. Okay, it will take a lot of time, but to avoid the all the things, always the better approach is what? Developer, what are the developer written the code, we need to do what? Unit level testing. Unit level testing is nothing but component testing. Okay, because mandatory, I told, right? Mandatory means what? Compulsory. So that's the reason we can call it as what? White box testing. Okay, white box testing. So an interview as a fresher level, definitely they will ask you, can you define the types of testing, or unit level testing, like sorry, white box testing and black box testing. So who can do the unit level testing? Who knows the coding and logic, there only can do the white box testing. So here we are doing what? Black box testing. We never see the code. That is what we explained, right? Black box. What is the black box? We never see the code. Okay, we can test any kind. You give me Amazon application, I'm ready to test. Give me a Netflix application, I'm ready to test. Give me any kind of application you can give me, I'm ready to test. How I'm doing the testing? Based on requirements
Documentation
and
and
requirements and functionality. So not only I'm not depend on the code. So that's the reason we are ready to test AI .NET application. We are ready to test Java application. We are ready to test the SAP application. We are ready to test network application. We are ready to test any kind of thing, cloud-based applications also. So testing, we never see the code. So that's the reason they will call it as it's a black box testing. Okay, is it clear? So we depend, the testers are based on what? Requirements and functionality. We not depend on any code. We never see the code. So that's the reason they will say that it's a black box. Okay. Developer is always see the code. That's the reason they will call it as it's a white box. Okay. Is it clear? Because unit testing is mandatory. If you are not done the unit testing, no, you means developer. Okay. If they are not done the unit testing, then it's very tough. Okay, too many issues will come. Okay, is it clear?
yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, good. Try to understand the concept, guys, because in interview, at any time, anyone asks you, you need to explain them. Okay, not tell the definition. Okay, you need to explain them how it is works. Okay, you know, right? If you are not do the unit level testing, you can say that too many issues will come, because developer will think that what I'm writing is correct, but might be there are a lot of issues will be there, syntax errors, or he is not matched properly, or he will not follow the comments, code comments. So in that case, what will happen? We'll get too many issues. Okay, so that's the reason they will always do the unit level testing. Okay. Okay, and next is what we'll see the system testing, that will be take 1 hour, more than 1 hour. We'll see that tomorrow, because do not miss the session. System testing is very, very, very important. Most of the people are say that system testing means what? Simply they will say that end-to-end testing. No, we are not do the end-to-end testing. We'll do the end-to-end testing, but we need to cover a few things like what is the compatibility, what is the usability, what is the performance, and what is the security, and one functionality. So this you need to tell the interview. Okay, most of the people are say that system testing means end-to-end testing. Yes, end-to-end testing. What you will do in end-to-end testing? Can you explain? Then in that case, they will not explain, because they are already by hearted what is system testing means end-to-end testing only. In end-to-end testing, what you will do? Can you explain me what you will do? End-to-end testing means what? So you will need to browser compatibility testing, whether it is working all the devices or not, all the environments or not, and functional testing you need to check, compatibility you need to check, and usability you need to check. What are usabilities, and performance testing, and security testing. So you need to cover all these points. So we will discuss all the things. Okay. And one more thing is non-incremental integration testing will be there. That is also we'll see on tomorrow. Okay. Anybody have any question, guys? Is it clear, or you are still confused or anything? Let me know, guys. So don't sit quiet. Just you have any questions, please talk. Okay. Anybody have any questions? So that's the reason we are telling each and every example, so you can easily understand. Yeah, go ahead. You have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, good, excellent. Okay, so slowly we will go. So now what we done, first what we learn, what is testing, what is the testing types, and what are the testing techniques. Now we are learning what fundamentals. Next we will learn what is SDLC models. Next we need to learn agile methodology. Once you understand the agile methodology, right, you are ready to go for a market. You are ready to go for resume. You can prepare the resume and all. And Jira is also is very, very important, where we need to report the issues, where we can track the issues. So that all we'll see in the Jira. So mainly the three important points here. Okay, one is basic one. It is what is testing type, fundamental. Functional testings are very, very important. All your interview questions will come on functional testing. And next, agile methodology. What is SDLC models? SDLC models we need to see. What is waterfall model, what is incremental model, what is the prototype model. So once we need to learn all the things, and one of the most important is what? Agile methodology. Once the agile methodology is done, then you will get a clear picture what I need to do in the testing. So how the task will come, how we'll go for the release, what is sprint planning meeting, what is retrospective meeting, what is a scrum call, what is stand-up call, what is the scrum roles, what are the scrum activities. So all these things we learn in where? In agile methodology. Once we learn this agile, you know what exactly we can do in the real time. So once agile is done, then we'll go for a projects. Okay, the projects are very, very important. How to understand the documents, FRS document and SRS document. Once the understanding the documents, then we will go for Jira. Okay, one we will also do one live application, stock inventory management. We'll do one live application. Don't worry. So once you're done with that live application, right, you will get a clear idea what exactly we need to do. Okay, so we'll do one live application also. So we'll do one this application. How will you? I can give the access to each and every one. Don't worry. So you can access. You can execute how we can work on this. Okay. So we'll explain that project. Don't worry. And we need to write the test cases. We need to identify the bugs, and we need to report. So there are a lot of work will be there. Okay. In coming classes. Okay. Anything else, guys, to discuss? Last call. Anything else? but you need to speak, guys. You need to interact. Okay.
No, no, it's clear.
Okay, that's good.
No.
Yeah. Go ahead. You're saying something?
Yeah, sir. I want to ask question.
Yeah,
That
please go ahead.
it is regarding the
Sorry, I
notes
lost your
that
voice.
will you be giving notes PDF?
Yes, we'll
Hello,
give
sir.
you.
Will you be giving PDF of the notes or
Yes, yes, we will give you
okay?
complete notes and videos also. Everyday videos.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Are you going to teach selenium also? Manual
No,
testing material?
no. We will teach only the manual only. See, the Selenium part is what I will already engage with other batches, so that's the reason we are not taking that. Okay.
Okay.
I will teach the
Okay.
Selenium and APIs also, but now in this
And
batch we are taking only manual.
your teaching style is very nice, sir. So I want to learn from you. Manual testing and selenium.
Okay. So see, the part of Selenium is what it will take lot of time, 45 days we need to take, and also uh, see previous batches we told, and even now also we are telling, but see it will take time, lot of time will be there, lot of time we need to spend. So yeah, we will always tell the practically, not like a theoretically. So each and everything we need to do a practical work. So I already engaged with other works, so that's the reason I'm not taking writing. We'll see in future classes. Okay. Anybody have any question?
No, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for your time. Have a nice day. See you on tomorrow. Okay. So every day I will ask the question, prepare that. Okay. What you know, just you prepare that. Thank you
Yes,
guys.
sir.
Thanks
Yes.
for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Can you hear me, right? Can you hear me, guys? Confirmation, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
See, yeah, where I can find the old, it's not, okay, 2 3 days classes. Okay. Anyhow, I will recap. Okay. You can ask the front office, they will provide you all the videos and material. Okay. Okay. Before we start the session, I want to tell you one thing. Uh, can you guys put mute from your end? Yeah, thank you. Okay. So, guys, communication is very, very important. Yeah, communication is very, very important, guys. Especially in the testing. Okay, you need to speak, you need to talk. In our sessions every day, we need have to like what we can say that we need to communicate. Okay, so you need to speak, you need to talk. Every day I will ask the questions, you need to answer it. Okay, so this is one of the most important thing, because most of the people are say I'm done manual, I'm done test, I'm done the automation, I'm done API, but they won't able to answer. Can you tell me what is your roles and responsibilities? The first question of your interview is what? Can you tell me what is your roles and responsibilities? Can you introduce yourself and what is your roles and responsibilities? Okay, if you are not prepared this one, if you done manual automation or anything, you will not be selected. Okay, because not only in IT, if you go for any organization, okay, any field, okay, they will definitely, if you go with the call center job also, they will ask you the first question, can you introduce yourself and what is your roles and responsibilities? What is your roles, what is your responsibilities? Can you explain? So they will ask you this question. Okay, so and testing, what you observe in this, what you observe in the application, right, you need to explain to the team members. Okay, you need to explain to the you need to explain to the development team, and you need to explain where the issue you got. So one thing I want to tell you is what? Everyone should need to talk. Everyone should need to speak, whether it is Telugu or English or Hindi or Tamil, whatever it is. But you need to speak.
Okay, so please mind that. Keep on. You have any questions and queries? Please ask and let discuss. Discussion is very very important. Okay, I want to say that you need to speak. Okay, that's is very very important. Before we going to the testing, what is testing, guys? Anybody? What is testing? Testing means what? Anybody? What is testing? Anybody?
Whether working according to client
Yes, the testing is
or
nothing
not.
but, yes, correct. The testing is nothing but what? Whether the application, okay, you need to tell that application, okay, whether it is working or not means, again, the sentence will be, okay, that's good. Really appreciate, okay. So you need to tell very clearly what is testing. Most of the people are say that testing means what? Finding the bugs. No, finding the bugs can be done anyone, not only a tester guy. Okay, you can also find the issues. Okay, end user is also find the issues, development team is also find the issues. Okay, so you know, most of the people in interview, even I'm also in an interview panel, if I ask you the question is what is testing, can you define, means simply they will say that finding the defects. No, not only finding the defects. For the finding the defects, we are not doing the testing. For what purpose we are doing the testing? We need to check the application or a product or a software whether it is working according to the given client requirements or not. Now you are the client, you have the business. Okay, no, you have the business now. Now for your business you want some application. So what we need to do, based on your requirements, we will build the software, and also we are checking whether this application is working as per the given requirements or not. So requirements are very very important. Make sure that the application is working as per the given requirements or not. Good. For what purpose we are doing the testing? Anybody? For what purpose we are doing the testing? Anyone? Anyone idea? For what reason we are doing it?
Quality.
Quality, absolutely.
To deliver the
Quality.
quality product.
Yes, yes, quality. See, testing, for what reason we are doing the testing? Without testing also we can launch the product in the market. Okay, I can design the software and I can launch the product in the market. But in case we got lot of issues or lot of quality related issues, then what will happen? No one will buy the product. Okay, so no one will buy the Lenovo mobile. We can buy the Lenovo laptop because a lot of issues will be there. Lenovo also introduced the mobiles, but it is not success in the market. Okay, so the testing is very very important for every product. Okay, without testing, most of the people, without testing also we can launch the product, but we cannot give the assurance of the quality. So that's the reason testing is mandatory. Mandatory means what? Compulsory for every product or a software. Okay, so if you go with every organization, Google testing team will be there. If you go with any organization, okay, any organization, without testing they won't launch the product in the market, because the client requires the quality of the product. He is not investing 1 or 2 rupees, he is investing lots of crores of millions of money in the product. Understanding, right? So if the product went out without testing, without quality, then the product will be failed. No one will use that product. So quality is very very important. Okay, so without testing, if you see any product without testing, they won't launch into the market. So if you go for a 10 years back, if you go with 10 years forward also, testing will be live. Sir, no openings are in testing. Don't say all the things. Okay, we have a lot of plenty of openings will be there. If you search Google, if you search in Naukri, or if you search in job portals, there are a lot of jobs will be there. But what you is required, your skills is also required. What is your skills? I know only manual, sir, I don't know anything, means no, you will not survive in this software field. You need to learn manual, you need to learn one language means either Java or a Python, or you need to learn. And also you need to learn one automation, and also you need to learn one API related or a cloud technology or a DevOps related things. Sir, I only know manual. Would I get the job, means no. Might be you will get, okay, with the small openings and all the things. So you need to learn all the things. You need to make your skill set is what more and more and more and more. Okay, but don't worry. That is, once you get into the manual, slowly you started now, right? Now you started your career now. Now slowly you need to learn manual. Once you get all the knowledge about the manual things and all, once you get into the organization, then slowly you need to start automation also. Once you learn the automation, slowly you need to learn the language, and either a Java or a Python. Understanding, right? That you need to set a path. That's a good path. Understanding, right? I only know Java. I know only Python. I know only automation, means now that days all already gone. Okay, you cannot now full stack developer, full stack testers means what? You need to know each and everything. You need to know coding, you need to know the design part, you need to know the testing part, you need to know the JavaScript type, each and everything you need to know. Once you got the requirement, you only need to do all the things. Understanding, right? So the people market is searching that much of skills, okay, who have the more skills. Okay, don't worry guys, slowly we cannot learn all the things at a time. Everyone knows that, but start with the manual, go with the trial, parallel you can try the jobs. See, last batch also we got a lot of people are selected. Not I'm not saying that everyone is selected. A lot of people means out of 10 numbers, minimum 3 to 4 people are there selected because their hard work and their interest on the subject. My friend getting 15 lakhs, did I get? Means no, you will not get that money. Okay, you need to do some hard work there. Okay, you need to learn, attend the interviews, continuously attend the interviews, reject again, continuously attend the interviews. Definitely you will be selected a good organization. Okay, so that's very important guys. Before we start manual, we need to check all the things. Okay, whether I'm able to talk or whether I'm able to discuss or not, you need to check. That communication is very important. For what reason we are doing the testing? Not finding the bugs, for the quality purpose. How you define the quality? Anyone? How can you say this is the quality product? Anyone? How can you say this is the quality product? How you define the quality? Anyone? How you say this is the quality product?
Is to justify all the requirements of client.
Yes, correct. So how can you say this is a quality product, guys? So quality product, how you will get the quality product? Suppose this is the, you're saying this is the quality product. How can you say this is the quality product? To justification of all the requirements, I told you, right? They will provide you what? Requirement 1, requirement 2, requirement 3, requirement 4, requirement 5. So how can you say this is the quality product? Requirement 1 is working fine. Requirement 2 is working fine. Requirement 3 is also working fine. Requirement 4 is also working fine. Requirement 5 is also working fine. So definitely you can say that this is a what? Quality product. This you can say what? This is a quality product. Okay. So that is very important, guys. Okay. So how can you define the quality? Interview question, guys. How can you say this is a quality product? To justification of all the requirements. If you fulfill all the requirement, you already tested the requirement 1, you already tested the requirement 2, you already tested requirement 3, requirement 4, requirement 5, definitely what you will get, no doubt at all, you will get a quality product. No doubt, because you already follow all the instructions, you already follow all the steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Definitely you will get what? A quality product. Suppose you miss the requirement 1 and 2. Okay, suppose you miss the requirement, first one you are not understand, you miss this one, and fourth one you are not understood, you miss this one. Then you can expect the quality product? No, you will not get the quality product. So justification of all the requirements, justification of all the requirements. If you complete all the, say, quality, how can you define the quality? The quality is define the justification of all the requirements of the customer of the application. The customer requirements of the application. So how can you will get the quality product? Means we need to follow some standards. Okay, you need to follow some requirements. Okay, you miss the requirement, now you are expecting the quality product, means no, you will not get the quality product. So that's the reason, if you go with the real like MNC companies, we have a lot of things will be there: testing, test review, test design, test cases, test execution. Then only we are giving the confirmation. We are following all these things. Suppose you are testing, but you are not writing the test cases. You are writing the test cases, you are not executing the test cases. Okay, we don't know whether it is pass or fail, but you are saying it is done. Then you will not get the quality product, because you are not done all the things, right? You are not doing all the requirements. Okay, you are doing 2 or 3 things. Okay, you are not justification of all the requirements. Okay, so you need to fulfill all the requirements. What is the toughest thing in the testing? Anyone? What is the testing, or what is the toughest thing in the testing? Anyone? Anybody?
It
Uh,
may be writing the test case scenario.
That's okay. Before writing the test cases and all the things, understanding the requirements, right? You need to understand the requirements. That is very, very important. If you are not understand the requirements, then it's very tough. Understanding, right? So first of all,
Yes.
before you is going to the testing, not only testing anything, suppose you are going for a coding or automation testing or anything, first of all, you need to understand the requirements. If you are not understand the requirements, then it's very tough. So one is the challenging thing is here is what, yes, writing the test cases, that's anyhow, that if you understand the requirements, the test cases are very easy. No need to ask anyone, very, very easily you can write. So here, what is the toughest thing is what, understanding the requirements. Don't think that login screen will be there. In institute, they will tell only one login, user ID, user password, only they will tell. But in the real time, it's not be like that, right? You need to check the credit card, you need to check the debit cards. And in the cards, there are number of cards will be there, MasterCard, Visa card. There are number of requirements will be there. So you need to check all the requirements, not only one requirement. I know only one requirement I will test, means they won't accept it. Okay, you need to test in number of ways, a number of ways you need to test. So that's the reason we get what, quality product. Okay, so you cannot test only 1 or 2 things. Okay, you need to test more and more and more and more you need to test. Okay, so quality, how can you define the quality? Means you can simply say that the quality is defined the justification of all the requirements of a customer application. So quality, how can you define the quality? Means you need to say that justification of all the requirements. Okay, so need for a software testing. If you want to go for a software testing side, means always you need to remember all these points. Okay, whether delivering the quality software product or not, whether I'm delivering the software quality product or not. Not only too many bugs. Okay, you need to check the quality. I'm finding the too many bugs, the quality less product, then no one will use that, right? Satisfy the user requirements or not, making the software more reliability or not. Okay, reducing the maintenance cost. See, once the product will be launched in the market, you need to check maintenance cost, reduce the maintenance cost. Once the product will be launched in the market, too many issues you are getting, then it's a problem, right? Avoiding the customer dissatisfaction. Always remember, once the product will launch, the people should be happy. Okay, the client, the end user should be happy, feels happy. Hey, I buy this product, I'm very happy with this product. The people should not say that, hey, what, this is not a good product. So mouth publicity is also is very, very important. The customer feedback is very, very important. The customer response is also is very, very important. Okay, understanding, right? For any business, the customer is very, very important. So for you, if you go with any shop, they will write the customer is a god. Yes, the customer is the god. If the customer is accept, then only our product will be gets into the market. We accept Amazon, we accept Netflix, we accept Amazon Prime. We are accepted it because we are like that one. So we are subscribing all the things. Understanding, right? Without liking, we cannot do that one, right? So people are accepted it. So that's the reason Amazon is always in the good place. Okay, understanding, right? So people should accept it. Okay, end user should accept whatever the product you design, whatever the product you design. Who need to accept the end user? Means the client should need to accept it, that one, not developer, not tester. Okay, who need to finally the who need to accept? End user. End user need to accept that product. Please remember that. Okay, you, while you are doing the testing also, you need to check from the end user perspective. Okay, not like a testing side. Okay, you need to check with the end user perspective. Means how, whether end user will be like this product or not, you need to check. Okay, advantages of testing. What advantages of testing? If I, what if the testing team will be there, means what is the advantage? Quality product will come. client satisfaction will be there and more business will come, and finally we can say that it's a bug free product. Yes. Now tell me guys, can we do 100% of testing? Is it possible?
No,
Yes
sir.
or no?
No,
Can
no.
we do 100% of
No.
testing? Is it possible?
No, no. No,
No,
sir.
we cannot do 100% of testing. It's not at all possible, because when we do the testing also, right? Once we launch in the market, might we will get some issues. So we cannot do 100% of testing. It's not at all possible. Please enter a question. They will ask you, is it possible 100% of testing? Means you can simply say that no, we cannot do 100% of testing. After testing also we will get some client related issues, like customer related issues, okay, environment related issues, data related issues. So data related or environmental related issues will come, so we need to avoid that one. Okay, so don't say that we will do 100% of testing. It's not at all possible, but we are giving the assurance to the client. We are telling, hey, don't worry, we have well testers, certified testers, well qualified testers, well trained testers will be there. They already tested your application, it is working as expected. Can you launch this product in the market? Once the testing team confirmation is given, then only the product will be launched in the market. See, that is what importance of testing. Lot of technologies, AI, artificial intelligence, okay, IoT, internet of things. What are the technologies, boards, what are the things will come in the next future also? Without testing, they won't launch in the market. That should be that device should be need to be tested. Hardware device, hardware testing, application testing. There are a lot of testing will be there, so you can switch into anywhere. Okay, like suppose you are in good in SAP, you can go with the SAP testing. You are in good in database, you can go for the database testing. You are in good in networking, okay, you know you like the networking things, like you can switch into the networking side. You are in good in anything. So there are a lot of ways, okay, you can switch, okay, and easily you can get into the job. Means you will not get, not easily, you will not get more stress once you get into the job. Suppose you're going for a coding side, they will ask you write the code, they will ask you implement the code. Suppose if you are not done properly or not done clearly, then it's a very lot of pressure will come. Testing is not like that. You need to understand the requirements only. What you need to do, you just read the requirements, understand the requirements, and check whether the application is working as per the given requirement or not. Just you need to verification, you need to do validation, you need to do. What is verification and what is validation? Both are very very important question. Verification means what? Understanding the requirements. Verification, you are going to understanding the requirement. Validation means what? You are giving input and you are getting output. Whether the output is correct or not, we are checking. Okay, so that part we can call it as what? Validation. So we will, don't worry, we will discuss all the things when the in the every topic we will discuss. Okay, very in detailedly we can see all the things. Okay. Okay, what is testing qualities? This is very very important, guys. What are the testing qualities? No compromise on the quality. Okay, if you saw that there is a spelling mistake, so why should I need to report? It's very small issue. If you think like that, we will not get the quality. I told you, right, we never compromise. There is a spelling mistake, there is a comma is not there, full stop is not there, so you need to immediately report to the team. Okay, you need to report to the team. So that's very very important. No compromising on the quality. If you compromising on the quality, then you will not expect the quality. Okay, so developer is saying, so that's the reason I leave this one. No, don't tell these words. Okay, developer also, they will say that also you need to confirm with your lead, check with your lead, okay, whether I can accept it or not. If the lead says that okay, that's fine, no issues, it's an existing issue, then only you can leave that issue. Otherwise, until unless, you will not leave that issue. You need to report, you need to escalate to your development team. Understanding, right? Don't listen the developer. See, always we need to listen the developer also, but as a tester, you need to check confirmation, you need to get whether it is right or not. From suppose you are seeing the spelling mistake is wrong, developer, if you ask the developer, hey, it's a very silly issue, ignore, but you cannot ignore that one. You need to cross check with whom? Your lead. Ask your lead, Hey, can I ignore this or I need to report? So lead will not say that ignore that one. Report immediately. You need to report immediately. So no compromising on the quality. Okay, that's please remember that one, guys. So my developer, my senior person is saying, don't think like that. Okay, if you think that it's an issue, you need to report immediately. No need to wait for someone. Okay. Negative thinking. Okay, what is negative thinking and what is positive thinking? So this is very, very important, guys. If you go for any application, what is negative thinking and what is positive thinking? Anybody? Positive testing and negative testing. Okay, what is positive testing and what is negative testing? So anyone?
Positive testing means that valid value put in the,
Hmm.
and negative is the
Anyone?
invalid value.
Yes, correct. So what is